Okay, look, as soon as those people showed us a 2-minute montage of Cal and Srover riding around town in love, then turned to them and asked, how's the first year of married life been? And Srover turns to them and asks, what married life? Yeah, that's when I knew this reunion had my complete and utter attention. All right, welcome to Tate's Take. If you're new here, today we're just talking about the Love is Blind UK Season 2 reunion. And if that's something you're into, hit that subscribe. This is what happens when you record at night. See, this is what I try to get up early before these people just be making noise. If that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button for your boy. For my regular Taste Takers, we should have seen this coming. Okay, the reunion starts with a very cute little photo booth montage. Yes, we see what you freaking did there. Again, talked about this on the live stream. The production value of this UK thing is miles above the US. Anyway, of course, Matt and Emma start the show with a joke about feeling it in their spleen. Now, I made the mistake in my first week's video of saying that Nick and Vanessa were going to drag this whole spleen thing, and y'all was like, Nick and Vanessa, wrong show, bro. But look, here we are, and they still did it. So, yeah, whatever. What do y'all know? Also, just some initial thoughts, like, why does Katisha have to sit next to Javen? And why is he the worst dressed on this whole show? Those are the initial thoughts. Okay, before we get into this thing, obviously, we're just going to go with a little casual vibe. Hold that thought. I mean, bro, like, I just watched the thing. I had to, like, scribble some notes down. Then I had to freaking write better notes so it was less crazy. Then I had to basically rewatch the thing to get the photos and make sure I didn't miss anything. So look, it's just, it's not going to be polished because it's going to be quicker out to you. But so I might as well, because this is my holiday weekend. So the streets are outside. You hear them? They're asking for me. But I'd rather be here working for you. So just was setting expectations. Okay, whatever. Okay, we're starting off with Cal. That's good. Let's get serious, please. Like I mentioned, we're starting off with Cal and Srover. They asked them, how's the first year of married life been? And Srover says, what married life? Oh my golly, Wally, already, how? Who could have predicted this? You hate to see it. All right, let's get into it. She tells them, look, I fell in love with someone who made me feel seen, who made me feel heard, and who made me feel loved. And 3 months later, that was all out the window. Anyway, she tells us not long after Christmas, I think it was January 2nd to be exact, he texts her, it's over. The spark is gone, we're different people, and you're too damn affectionate. Sheesh. Sammy Davis Jr. can't believe it. Cal tells her, you ignored my last 3 messages. She's like, nigga, that was only after you ignored the rest of mine. You out here sending gifts and shit. At some point, I'm going to get serious about this. And that point is right now. Okay. Meanwhile, something tells Javen he's allowed to eat this all up. Shut up, Javen. Anyway, then Matt and Emma get control back. They're like, all right, everybody relax. Cal, what happened? He's like, she didn't do anything wrong. Just some shit went down after our honeymoon. Srover's like, oh, our honeymoon in October, you mean? He's like, oh, excuse the fuck out of me for getting you a 5-star honeymoon, pay for it with my own goddamn money. Who's supposed to pay for the honeymoon? Even Katisha's out there like, what the fuck? Cal tells Srover, look, it just boils down to intimacy. You wanted something from me that I couldn't provide you. I'm not into all the PDA. I don't want to hold your fucking hand, and I'm damn sure not going to cuddle with you. Srover asks a very fair question. She's like, so why did you marry me? Cal's like, well, that's what I wanted at the time. Billy's looking around like, sheesh, if this is how this nigga's getting cooked, I'm going to get deep fried. Then they bring the queen in. You see my girl, Bali. She's like, everybody relax. Cal tries to apologize. She's like, shut the fuck up, you bitch ass nigga. Let me cook. She tells him, I was watching my daughter be led down a path that was never genuine. He's like, well, I disagree. She's like, what? He's like, respectfully. She says, you went to the gym and told her to make some tea? He's like, no, I didn't. Freaking Srover's like, Mom, he told me I could just chill. I'm like, They both sound terrible. Cal says, okay, can I give my side of the story? Srover's mom's like, I have no interest in hearing your side of the goddamn story. They ask Cal, do you at least regret how you ended things? He's like, yeah, I'm not going to hold you. That shit was a little cold. I was tweaking. She's basically trying to get him to understand that you can't end a marriage by yourself. And to her point, he's acting like this is some summer camp romance. Bro, y'all are married. Y'all signed paperwork. Can you at least try to work it out? It only been 3 months. So I'm going to give Srover all the props there. Cal was tripping. And again, I'm always going to shout out Srover's mom, Bali. That's my homie. That's my future bae. But she wants everybody to know. And by the way, Srover's okay, y'all. She got my blood in her. She going to be all right. She might be crying a little bit right now, but don't worry. She going to be all right. And that was actually a touching moment. I hope you guys were focused in on that because it's a big thing for like her to say, no. We were caught off guard by this. We were hurt by this, but you ain't crushing my daughter. That's what's not happening. You see Jed looking around like, damn. My time's coming. They asked Srover, did you at any point see the end coming? She's like, no, I had no idea. This is all nuts. Cal tells her, I don't think I'm made to be in a long-term relationship. Does he have any idea that he applied for Love is Blind? Did someone kidnap him and force him to go on this show? Please, someone tell me, because right now his brother is dripping and I told you so. Cal tells us I had to find the perfect woman to prove how much I couldn't do a long-term relationship. Oh my God, wow, you can't make this stuff up, bro. You're on television. But like you've seen, his brother's right there in the audience, so they bring him in, and I hope y'all had y'all captions on because he was tweaking, but I just turned on my Google Translate, and what he was trying to say was, look, I try to tell y'all niggas that he was not about this life. He be seeing me and my other brother like with our partners, and he be trying to have his cake and eat it too. But Srover is literally the perfect woman, and if that didn't work, ain't nothing gonna work. And if I'm being honest, I ain't no BFF to commitment, but I don't believe Cal. Like, if I had to bet, he's gonna be engaged to some white British girl in about 3 to 6 months. Cal's now trying to tell Srover, like, look, you saw the episodes. Wasn't that love real to you? She's like, nigga, I don't even know. Was it? He's like, how could you question this? That was real. How could I even fake that? They end their segment talking about the cultural differences. Matt and Emma are like, look, you guys obviously didn't work out, but the conversation you guys inspired was excellent. Finding love across cultures. And Srover's like, yeah, that's part of my thing. It shouldn't matter what someone's race is, what someone's background is, what someone's culture is. Love is love, and we all deserve it. Oh, and just before we move on from them, can the people at HQ give me that footage? Thanks. Srover. A little posh, but she seems nice. I could see her nice ass getting her heart broken and making us all cry. But let's hope for the best. Now we go over to Barta and Jen. The hosts already know what's going on because this is the only couple that didn't say I do at the altar. So Matt and Emma are like, well, Jed and Barta, we see that you are sitting apart. Matt and Emma, may I remind you that you had Srover damn near sitting on Cal's lap? You've been picking us out all day, so just relax. Anyway, they asked Barta, do you still stick with your decision to walk away? She's like, abso-fucking-lutely yes. This nigga sucks. Okay. Obviously, you guys saw the reunion. She didn't say that. She basically says, I realized he's not the kind of husband that I'm compatible with. Matt and Emma asked Jed the $1 million question. So obviously Barta went first. She said, I don't. But we don't know what you would have said. What was going to be your answer at the altar? Jed's like, well, I was going to say I do. But I know we still had things to work on. This nigga's backtracking. He was going to say I do no matter what, so whatever. They explained that they did indeed try dating again after the show went off. But they kept on butting heads. Barta says she was the only one trying. Then this whole confusing ass ringgate. Barta's, let me try to explain this. Barta's telling us, look, I kept the ring on as a sign of respect and as a sign of my commitment to making the relationship work and giving it another go. Then she says, one day he tells me to take it off. I'm like, what's up with that? Come to find out, it's because we're in the gym and his ex-girlfriend's in the gym. He's like, hold up. That may be true, but Essex is a very small place. My boys was also in there. And I didn't tell you to take it off. I told you to spin it. I told you to spin it around. Nigga, what does that even mean? Then she agrees to take it off and he gets mad. She's like, look, bruh, it came off in the shower one day. And I just didn't put it back on. Even Jed boys in the crowd confused like, damn, nigga, do you want it on or off? Barta tells us that they tried to do this whole dating thing for about 3 weeks. Then she skated off to Dubai. I just wanted to make sure that Barta knows that them niggas in Dubai are definitely not letting you pay for. I was just trying to say that the men in Dubai are less likely to let you pay for dinner than you'd probably like. Just a heads up. And look, there's never going to be a time where I don't want to see Freddie, but this random scene with him and Demi giving Jed and Barta advice because they both also said no at the altar, just random. Anyway, as they wrap up, Jed tells the host, look, I got no malice towards her. I wish her the best. And I hope that when she watches these episodes, she thinks back to all the good times and has some good memories like I do. Barta's like, yeah, I also wish you the best. Far as fuck away from me. Like, girl, you ready in Dubai? That's not far enough. I don't know. Maybe this is a hot take, but Cal came off a little bit more of a dick than Jed. But to me, as villains, the UK still just got more class. They just class. Is it the accents? Because they be wrong, but they be like, I wish you the best. They be doing apologies or their version of apologies. Here, the double down be doubling. So I don't know if y'all are all seeing what I'm seeing or I'm just giving them too much grace, but I be feeling like the villains don't be villaining all the way, you know? Okay, here's a check-in that no one asked for with Jasmine and Bobby, but I get it. They're pregnant. And, of course, Nicole and Benaya. His slick back ain't never been slicker. Next couple check-in. We're with Ashley and Billy. Billy's looking sick and Ashley's not wearing a ring, so let's get the fuck on with it. They don't get no montage, though. Matt and Emma are like, so, where do things stand with you guys? Billy's like, yeah, as you could have probably guessed, we are unfortunately not still together. And I don't know why Nicole looking so shocked. She probably ain't watched the season. And you see my boy Benaya calling him a quick prayer to his pops. Whatever. Ashley tells us the wedding day was the best day of her life. Hearing Billy say I do was the reassurance that she needed. But as soon as they left their wedding, that reassurance was gone. Billy says, I just felt more disconnected as time went on. And I'm not happy about breaking things off with Ashley. I've never been He says I've never been heartbroken over a breakup until now. Ashley tells us she even took Billy to Miami so he could see the perks of this cabin crew life. Billy, you see that non-rev life? Come on, act right, boy. Act right. If you know, you know. Also, this is not important, and if you guys have to delete me, you can feel free to delete me, but it was at this moment where I realized that Ashley's look was giving Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Like, I'm not proud of it, but I just couldn't unsee it. Ashley tells us that when the holidays came around and Billy's with her friends and family, he went cold. They said he is not into this anymore. Then, at the 3-month mark, very similar month mark to Cal and Srover, he basically sends her a diss track telling her it's over. Ashley's like, I just wish he said no. I wish he was braver. And honestly, she cooked with that because she's absolutely right. Billy's like, well, hindsight is a funny thing, isn't it? She's like, let me finish talking. He's like, bitch, you've been talking all night. I'm sorry, what? She's like, tell me this. Why did you say yes on that day? He's like, I was 50-50. And if I'm 50-50 on love, I'm willing to take a chance and risk it all. I'm a hopeless romantic, and I'm always going to be looking for my forever after. You think I want to get divorced again? I done said it a million times. I didn't want to get divorced again, but I lost the spark. That was him looking at Cal. Just relax. Billy has the nerve here to tell Ashley, hey, by the way, you pulled away too. It wasn't just me. Now, granted, was it after I pulled away first? Yes. But still, you did it. Billy, what are you talking about? If you pull away from someone in a relationship, how could you expect them not to do the same thing? Matt and Emma are finally starting to catch on to this. They're like, Billy, you seem to have a good friendship with Cal, and from the sound of it, you had a similar experience. Were you able to confide in him? Billy's like, yes. Very lucky to have met Cal in this experience. He's become one of my best friends, and obviously I can't ask my regular friends about this stuff because they wasn't on Love is Blind. They don't know. So I was able to contact Cal, and he was very helpful. Srover's like, yeah, I'm really glad you guys had each other to get through these tough times. Billy's still brainwashed from the military, so he don't even understand sarcasm anymore. He's like, yeah, It actually was a really good thing that we had each other. And it was also good that you had Ashley to go through Billy. Not now. Also, by the way, this got to be the best screenshot that I'm gonna have for this whole reunion. It's like Srover can't believe that this fuck don't know what the hell going on. But it's all a good call out. Like, they both broke up with their girls like about a week and a half apart with the same playbook and the same script. Freaking amateurs. They're trying to tell us, hey, we're grown men. You think I need another man to tell me how to break up with my girl? Billy's like, I've been in the army for a long time and I'm 36, but I look 46. You think I need the help of another man? Again, Ashley's like, why did you marry me? Billy's like, I loved you. And I'm not sure, but I don't think Katisha's buying it. They asked Ashley, you once said that this process restored your faith and belief in love. Do you still have that belief in love? She's like, let me think. I do still have that belief in love, just not with this man. Good for you, girl. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. Sorry. She tells us, look, I deserve to be loved by someone who wants me 365 days a year until the day we die. Now this got freaking Emma crying. Look what you did, you little jerk. That was for you, Billy. You did this. Okay, now we have the return of the black people. They asked Katisha straight up, Katisha, are you still happy with your decision to choose Javen over Damola? She says a whole bunch of stuff, but in the end, she's like, yes, I done told y'all niggas a million times. I had a connection with Javen, and I stand by that. They cut to Damola. He's like, I respect her decision. I always have. And I'm still single, by the way. You see Katisha's mom back there with that Martha Washington drip. Anyway, then they go to Javen to get his thoughts. By the end of it, he's like, look, I'll always have love for Katisha. She can always call me. She can always text me. Nigga, for what? Then Katisha's like, yeah, well, that would have been nice to hear face to face. They cut to Javen's mom and sister, and they're throwing the shade of 1,000 trees. Then they talk about him confiding with Kieran about him being further along the process. This is when they were debating about, hey, can you marry someone if you're not in love with them? And Kieran was like, absolutely no, you're an idiot. Because Javen was thinking, well, what if you could possibly grow into love, so it wouldn't be the worst thing to say yes at the altar, right? Then they make Katisha watch back the Sophie footage. It's even worse than I remember. First thing Javen says is, look, everybody knows I'm very jokey, isn't it? They're like, Javen, was that joking or flirting? He's like, well, look, I did imply that I was interested in seeing her vagina. Okay. He says, look, I was wrong and it was very disrespectful what I did. I should have stopped talking to her when she started making those jokes and references. Javen, my boy, when she started making those references. But Sophie right there in the crowd, let's just ask her. Matt and Emma are like, Sophie, did this feel like joking or flirting to you? Katisha's like, yeah, let's get this bitch take. Sophie's like, yeah, it was a little bit about some laughing. Katisha's like, yeah, fucking hilarious. Then like, all right, enough is enough. What happened in the photo booth? Sophie's like, I swear we were having an argument. Katisha's like, Sophie, think of it from my perspective. Me and Javen weren't dating. That was my fiance. Javen's like, look, I want to take this time to apologize publicly after I've already clearly apologized privately. Katisha's like, nigga to who? He's like, I didn't apologize to you privately. She's like, Katisha also says sorry to Sophie right there because she's like, honestly, I kind of went a little hardy right there. You were not engaged to Javen. And honestly, I always be thinking when like guys get caught cheating or girls get caught cheating and then like the victim of the cheating always want to throw that shade at the side piece. Like that person has no loyalty to you. So like, why do you care? The person who disrespected you should get all the smoke or at least 98% of it, you know? Anyway, Matt and Emma asked Katisha, so Katisha, do you accept Javen's apology? She's like, ugh, yeah, I guess, whatever. What did he even say? But we're still with Photo Booth Gate. And of course, they have procured a photo of the actual photo booth. They're like, all right, so who here thought there was a curtain? Kieran's like, I was the only one who thought there was a curtain, which obviously you were not. Megan said there was a curtain first, and you just backed her up because that's your girl. So like, noble, but you ain't got to lie, Craig. But also like, knowing that we haven't spoken about them yet, that's how you know they're still together because he's still riding. And of course, they show the fucking photo booth with no curtain. But to be fair, where they could be sitting at, you probably don't need no curtain because you can't see what's happening from a certain angle. So like, yeah, there ain't no curtain, but think about it. That thing wasn't wearing no underwear at the mixer. Now you got me sitting down in a photo booth. You think he wasn't getting a little peek at that thing? Anyway, quick little skerfuffle with Megan and Kieran. Megan is not backtracking on what she said. I saw what I saw and I said what I said. Katisha, you still cool with Megan pulling up on you with that information? She's like, abso-fucking-lutely. Megan is my homie. She's a real girl's girl. I would do the same exact thing. Keep that same energy, queen. They asked Katisha and Javen, do you guys have any last words? Katisha's like, Javen is a warm and loving person. I just wish he would have showed me more of that. Javen's sister about ready to go down there and throw the hands. And speaking of hands, then Megan reaches out to grab Katisha's, and Katisha ain't really trying to have none of that. Okay. As the reunion is winding down, we get a quick stupid scene where, of course, Matt and Emma are singing Anu's You're a Liar, You're a Liar, You're a Liar, You're a Liar song. They check in on her. They ask about Patrick. Patrick is not at the reunion. There's been some online swirl, and I'm definitely not tapped into it. Y'all probably more tapped into it than me. You can put in the comments, but there's rumors that he went into the show with a girlfriend. He sent a statement into the reunion, read by Emma, where he was basically saying, look, I didn't come in there with no girl. I came in there with the intentions of finding love and a wife. That being said, I am now a father, and I love it. I'm like, bro, shut up. Okay, last but not least, we get the Megan and Kieran check-in. We're obviously not going to spend a lot of time here. They are indeed the only couple that is still together. They show their montage, and I'm like, fool me once, bro. I didn't see the Cal and Srover thing, but I'm already knowing because I seen that ring on the poison ivy drip that Megan got on. I done seen it already. So yes, Megan and Kieran have saved this season from being a total implosion. We even find out that Matt was crying watching their wedding, just like a lot of y'all were. They spend some time talking about Kieran's glow up, and honestly, he does have that shit on. But the hair looks nuts, especially coming from what he had. His hair was fire. And the lip is out of control. Honestly, his glow up is kind of giving Garrett. It's like, they're calling it like the wife effect, but like, you know, we find out that they moved in together and that their married life is going swimmingly. They're going to do another little ceremony so that they can get more of their friends and family that couldn't go to the Netflix shit. And they're going to start an extended family in the near future, starting, in their words, with a dog. They bring Sophie back in the fold. They're like, Sophie, how you feel about this? Sophie's like, yeah, happy for them. That's fine. No problem. They're like, Sophie, what did you get from this process? She's like, well, yeah, I learned to, you know, open up more. And I think it inspired me to revisit the relationship I had with my mother. And Sophie gets emotional here. We remember that she talked about a very strained relationship with her mom. And she said, because of the show, we're able to like talk through some things right now. So in the end, Sophie ain't tripping over freaking Kieran and Meg. She's just happy she got to go on the experience and that it inspired her to even revisit that relationship with her and her mom. So cheers to them. Quick little scene with us finding out that Megan didn't want to date no gamer. She was like, I'm not dating no gamer. I'll marry one, but I'm not. And I guess, boom, that's the end of the reunion. That's the end of the reunion. I think that's the last thing that I took the note of. What a whirlwind. What a freaking whirlwind. I knew they would still be together. I thought Cal and Srover would still be together. And I hoped that Billy and Ashley were together. That was my predictions. And I knew that Jed and Barta were going to go farther apart. I did say that in the live. So in the end, what are your thoughts on the reunion? Well, let me do my landing thing. As always, thanks for checking out Taste Take. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. In the comments, what were your thoughts on the reunion? What was the surprises? What were the non-surprises? Okay, next on the channel, we're going to do a video review of The Long Walk. It's a new movie that's coming out in September. And not sure the next reality thing that I'm going to cover, but we'll be heading to Toronto this week for their International Film Festival. So look out for some updates on those movies, on those experiences. So again, a huge thank you for those who have been riding on another season of Love is Blind with me. To all the new people, cheers. Welcome to the journey. It gets crazier. Buckle up. Thanks for the support. Thanks for whoever got to watch the live yesterday. It's there too on the channel if you missed it. But you guys, I'll never say thank you enough. So I'm just going to keep saying it. Thank you for the support. It's super nice, super supportive. And it's the reason why I'm here doing this video instead of going out, because I like to do these things. So thanks for the time, y'all. Peace. The sad part is that, like, if Javen said one nice thing, Katisha would take him back right now. And, like, I just don't know how to put my finger on Katisha. And Javen is smooth with the wordplay. He's good, but should be better at catching it. I don't know these people like that. I'm just inferring. That's a school word. Beijing Massive, what are you saying?